On Asempa, and I have to say something about Asempa and the Ekosiisen, and I have to say something about multimedia. You see, multimedia has developed a fantastic way of replacing. That is legendary in the history of Ghanaian broadcasting. So we're all worried about what's going to happen to Ekosiisen. Look at what Obi has done with it. I listen to Ekosiisen all the time. I mean, I have to admit, sometimes I listen and I get some ideas for the program because they come before us. So yeah, so like tonight we're going to use some of their content. So I have to have that. Obi, I've never told you this before, but I think you've done a fantastic job in replacing our friend who passed and holding the program and making it actually bigger.
We wish you well. We wish you well. Thank you so much for.
Thank you.
Asempa FM.
Thank you too. Nyamisha, you are also doing very well. We are also very, very proud of you. Very intelligent journalist. But one-on-one with Obi, as I said, will prepare. He knows how to pass all kinds of corners to get what he wants. And Kososo, we are proud of you.
The Honorable Samuel Okujeto Blackwa and Moten and Kano. Chief Bine, Aquabana, Apom to them.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Fantastic. Now, Mete Fote on catcher, Bibia Bokoa.
Oh, Yagubonadum, Bibia, now was what
Yaminadum, Kakankaka, ye Pimso, Kakankaka.
Asempa, I will know you now, watch this. So, I'm gonna hire you to wonder Abra, one dinner Rambo, Morocco to be our my aswat.
Fantastic.
Ghana Manda on us.
Ernest Yaokomi, Sakwa, and saying,
Yami Diobi,
Bibia Koi,
Yamiadum, the Yami, Asha Swama, Fiako, Asamba Betu India. Na Yamina was here danasi, na Yadagana Funyanasi, na Adofon Swa, Omuzwa Kosutai, Chinia, dia bring your mushy in crying. Ma Yensono, Yabumwe, Gusu Timi, Jumanes and a city, and on Tenkane, your party for near party penny for, and so no. Yenda Munyanasi, the Mafakuni Swatch Yaminian Metia, if he Aquitian and party Munina, Aquitia constituency, Yachiam. And can me chairman or a friend Alaji Baba Yakubu.
Constituency chairman.
Aye. Okay. But no friend Baba Yanku. Ubi and Damon Somasi. Oh, it's say whether we come on the show or not, it is show no. Now is one of the impressive shows a Wukuma Utia say you are either being educated or informed. Now I am share some of us now you know more personal relationship and me share the team spirit. I am Modiye Jumana. It is very, very interesting.
Man, could you what Aquaba Apom to say?
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Na obo de other room. Obi so me hu wa check akra.
Papa.
I'm the same second, but they are so okay. They mean that is Obi the body you mean tiny. He's a fine gentleman. Yeah. The trading policy. So they abedu. Na ye tie busuafo nyina o ma wa brochira itie wo na busuafo good alawe they love you too much. You see I think you are doing a great job. Obi say me pai bo nyina ne so beto aso dia wo ye amen na wo ye adwuma say na nya encouragement say there is a bright future ahead of you. You keep it up. You ask intelligent questions. That be I catch you me say I told you now me tifie na afre wo bisa na afre nipa na answers na e wo mu ana dia be wo me say we arrest my case. Why are there
e dey kan ma ya chia atifo ene ahwefo titiri wona wa ma no ne o hwe sese weather e wo ho nya sam kitwa then so na mu show ise dey city nkofo agemira wona wo hwe no mfonni ehwe won so a wo tie no wasom so etie and so Ghana has so wo hwe
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM
machi bi at 3 am yenu anum trotro for one so a oyo bojoboja enyuma Uber drivers taxi drivers workers whether formal and informal workers baby bia wo for baby a Ekosiisen your program omutie enti yada mo se o majemra omutie
Ekosiisen asabni nyina no Ekosiisen de kan nyina me say Ekosiisen Ghana for de ni hu na o ma ye nyina no Ekosiisen enti I think say nkofo a omutina se nwini program that inspiration omunya no
Asempa FM.
Say tiasia ya ye better has kasa no I think that we have to understand the word Ekosiisen. Asem na wi nyina no and Ekosiisen ye be kan ho nyina deɛ na bonten wo a wote console na chi deɛ etie me kasa aban mpanimfoɔ nyina kosi sɛn ye wiewie ni nyina ekɔ wiewie ɛwɔ aboboa no nti sɛ ɔman na yɛ som ɔman na yɛ kyekyere ɛna yɛ kyekyere ɔman na nyamanyoko na yɛ kyekyere a ɛna ekosi sɛn.
With a great respect, Obi Asempa Moyebi, and you continue to do better. Especially by questions I would tell beside you. Hey, I think I'm yet to see Obi our contest too.
Asempa FM.
Your Excellency, Akwaba na Otden.
Hey, Obi, Yamina Dumiahui. Bibia Boko, me chete fupa. Na mabahan me who de Zabasasa. Wabrabo. Sande. Obi and the minimum wo sekedi takra this year oh yeah nationally the level baby will do royal so wow that's great it's great it's good to see you Abrabanda not see you see that has always been my philosophy we hasn't today happen you know as the trees grow others come up it's painful work I also say that's it on normal Abraboy then on my man so it's really a pleasure to be before you at Asempa. And this is the first time Samara me pre Asempa FM. Oh yes.
Okay. Honorable Akwaba na apomwe
in your jugba won't you
in your jogba no yepa hot here me wa denche
hot here me ona ibai ngoke you obi me da say answer na make us I think say was me bo abasopa I admire you from afar during the days in Takrady when we were in the position and I think consistently you have proved to be a good substitute for our late brother. And let me say that you've been phenomenal. I mean, so brilliant. And your presentation, the construction, I mean, the thoughts, the question lines. And since then, I will see a dear Jumano. Menyaso pa.
Ekosiise On Asempa FM.
But Koso and serve the people of this country with all humility and a good heart. And I believe that the sky will all be the limit for you.
Medase pa.
Network mu Yasantoa Asempa FM. Network mu Asanteng ni Ekosiise. Network mu Yabonra Ekosiise. And a network here you can wasem. You mun na yiri Ekosiise. And a network you watching in Ekosiise. And a network you gamanche Ekosiise. And a network you ulai fu Ekosiise. Na network you tobi Ekosiise.
Ekosiise On Asempa FM 94.7.
The radio program of the year. Ekosiise. Are you ready? You are listening to the CNG radio program of the year. Ekosiise on Asempa 94.7 FM.
The award for the political.
Ekosiise On Asempa FM 94.7. Asempa Asempa FM.
To me.
94.7 Asempa FM solo 6 minutes after 2 Ekosiisen On Asempa so be dwumedie no bremo enra said and yet was at 3:45 p.m. we'll wrap up na in sports team no take over the live commentary in the ongoing AFCON no etumedia bremo. Remember say enenumre 7 p.m. the Black Stars of Ghana ejina akono yene em fefwa free Comoros Island. It's a make or break affair for the Black Stars. We hope say nioma bekoyi enenumre. But I'm ready. You could see saying Emrenuna. Asumini your saibonsu from EOB. Let me thank the production team so much for making this possible. Dominic Kisi Yeboa, Nana Chumberema Jackson or saying Tiamoa, Yawo Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ and a Queen Star at Japan. And my Kyle so my here Kwabena Sante so Eboa near the Ekosiisen Jumedieno Ebremo. As we do always, this show comes your way every weekday, originally from 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. But in the AFCON into a abridged version, any day, Bremo, 3:45 near wrap up. Now, and then on the kind of two when him say we have a big interview for you, and Emreno Aswa Yebidisa and common. Mind you, sir, and as we'll be at the High Court here in Accra. And some so ewo and the Attorney General and Kasako PM ewo court and some and nam soma or court and yen court correspondent Joseph Akable ewo studio how the details so we have some exclusive videos and so for you more who the course or court and they are videos not already over Asempa FM page on Facebook you would get to see all the videos nipa ekukudama ene ukopie mo ewo high court ewo nkran ha obehu ni nyina yewia na afei de ewo ho no yetimi e de atoa mo so ebia na wonte mame mfantwam emamo se ene yene former minister of state former member of parliament Dr. Kofi Kunedu Apreko ebedin komo ye commissioner macroeconomic policy and economic research ewo ECOWAS inti wabekansa ewo studio ha yenim so mu bebre na ekai ne din munim nanim ene are the quite popular as far as Ghana's politics is concerned. Dr. Kofi Kunedu Apreko is our guest on the show and ewie me emphasize that Emma Yenaboa for Sounds of Our Time UPI formerly na Uniad Practical Institute Provident Insurance also with Provident man you are covered Agbebe Herbal Center omunyina eboy me here some segment so Fabricam Pharmaceuticals your health our priority Obapa product EcoBank Ghana the Pan-African Bank Awake Purified Drinking Water Awake also One for Life Rockstars Roofing Systems Quality and affordability your one-on-one interviews so no Chop Shop Ghana's Good Food Place, DBS Roofing Sheet, Roofing Papa Pafie, Hepa Plus Mixture, Emma Apomodin Ampa, Yawo Weber Call Ghana, also Weber Call We Care, Omona Day and discussion segment, no Ebremo Sanso, and a Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone Papa Fie, and a dependable Herbal. Producers of Adon Malakio, Omunina Boye de Ekosiisen Jumedie, Ebremo. Joseph Akable at Nase. But please join us on Facebook, join us on Twitter, join us on Instagram, and then on YouTube, Asempa 94.7 FM. And let's stay interactive. Yeah, WhatsApp line in Sono 0548 955 947. 0548 955 947. Joseph, Akwaba, let's say.
Boko.
Good. Iriane High Court na Asempa.
Case Attorney General no edi akodan court against Dr. Kesiala Tuforsen.
Okay.
Yeni seni enim no emre bi atwem akona o Deputy Finance Minister. Yeah. And I think so two others one Richard Jakba.
Okay.
No ye businessman. And I think so one set Animana.
Okay.
No a chief director or a Ministry of Health. Now according to documents any the age in a court na money no. A procurement of ambulances.
Okay.
Emma or minor.
Okay.
Initially no Professor Mills administration no one now say the John Mahama administration started the process of the procurement. Now this ambulance some I think some years ago it went viral of some Mercedes Benz buses are now people are described them as trotro cars and say BBA so those are the vehicles in question ambulance procurement in some seminar. AG's office holds the view that they conducted themselves in ways that on minus some 2.3 million euros.
Okay.
Loss to the state because we paid monies contrary to the agreement, what was approved by Parliament, and also how we're supposed to pay those who were supplying the ambulances. And we ended up getting ambulances that were not fit for purpose.
Okay.
And so this is the case Attorney General at the court down court akache na charges are the all level against the Pamian saying the Eddie can willfully causing financial loss to the Republic, and I think so abatement of crime, namely willfully causing financial loss to the Republic, and I think so willfully causing financial loss to the Republic, and the fourth one is contravention of Public Procurement Act, and the fifth charge intentionally misapplying public property. So these are the 5 charges on more level against 3 individuals here. They were given the opportunity to respond to the charges that they all pleaded not guilty to the charges against them.
Okay.
In the court to discuss the issue of bail. And so for the first accused person,
and why am I moving for defense counsels in the movie for bail now?
Even before more opportunity to even comment on the bail issue, the Attorney General Godfrey Dame addressed the court first, because the court said that logically it knows that they would make a case for bail, so he wants to hear from the AG first whether the AG is opposed to the bail or not.
Okay.
And so the AG said that for Dr. Atuforsen, he's a public officer, that the AG knows, the government knows for that matter. They know him as a public official. He's in Parliament, represents people, and so they don't think he's someone
on your flight race.
On your flight race, on your BR, say court kasomba BPM or Bejani Aomba. And the AG said he believes that he should be granted a self-recognizance bail.
Okay.
And no court I agree or granting a self-recognizance bail.
In the age in Kwana a pushy for bail.
Self-recognizance bail. Okay. Say they are not opposed to bail for him at all.
Okay.
They should go ahead and grant him a self-recognizance bail. So the court agreed with that and added the sum of 3 million cedis for Dr. Atuforsen. In terms of the other individuals, and he first set and the man now chief director of Ministry of Health, he was granted bail 1 million cedis with 3 sureties, and I think so businessman. And in fact, for the other individuals, the AG the point of making is they should be granted bail with the consideration of the nature of the crime that they are alleged to have been committed. And he set an man and was granted 1 million cedi bail with 3 sureties. While the third accused person, that's the businessman, or normal granting a 5 million cedi bail.
5 million.
5 million cedi bail. 2 of them of his sureties have to be justified. And the case is a bit.
So, I know a businessman.
The businessman.
In this case, middleman now ojina between
a big C,
big
company
C and the
government of Ghana. Yes.
Okay. Only the 5 million cedis. And case la to force in the
it's self-recognizance. But the sum attached is 3 million.
3 million. And for more money, self-recognizance, no meaning say washe boss anytime a court ni here ni bia. Obeba.
Yeah.
And I know say the judge so had cause to complain about the conflict between Parliament and the court, in mostly, okay, say MP Bimra court or say Parliament any other, and no judge in the can't found.
Specifically, or say, and I'm quoting, or say, I am not ready to work as if my work is secondary to parliamentary work. In fact, if you are Justice, if you are Asari Boche, or the same judge or handle Mama Yariga.
Oh, Mama Yariga.
Yariga case now eventually special prosecutor no corridor. The new special prosecutor corridor and I think so. Or handle Abuga Pele. And Philip Asibit Mukes.
On the sentence or mono.
On no sentence. You handle that case from the start to
the finish.
End. Yeah. And for Mama Yariga, the Robert Kaya. Professor Michael Kwe speaker no chole tabikra at a point court about the fact that he was attending to Parliament and the judge rejected all those letters saying that it's an accused person has to show up when a date is fixed. And so the point that she was making this morning was that she's a public servant and her work is to come and hear cases. And so she takes salary for that. So she doesn't want a situation where she will fix a date or no best sorry
na MP na
Amba.
say o parliament.
Parliament into say she wants peace, so let's all agree and understand each other.
So of fixed date now also be aba.
Because already there's a bit of a constraint for the days that will possibly sit because of a second accused person.
Yeah.
Almost say all conditioner requires he goes to the hospital 3 out of the 5 days in a week.
Oh, okay. Former chief director.
3 out of the 5 days in a week, also call for treatment.
Okay.
And because of that, it means that effectively they will have just 2
days in the week. I'll make my fix court date.
Yes. And almost say because of that, they'll say they have to all help each other so that when they fix a date, also be a banner to be ejuma
or parliament, or
so to be back. And I think so. The age indicates I'm afraid witnesses 5 per.
Age is all afraid witnesses 5
for this particular case. In light with the practice directions now for Supreme Court decisions now there. I want my map until February 8th. Someone get disclosures.
All the evidence age in what is disposed. I was say. Or disclosing
I'll make it be available. Now, no matter back on the 15th for case management. Now, afterwards, they'll fix a date for
the trial. Nankasa
to start. Yeah.
Wow. And it's a and the course of court, Uber Facebook Live, na say NDC kuku dam for be na eba court or and from the videos are a rolling me who the national chairman of the party, Honorable Ofosu Ampofo, Ewo Hobby. I think me hunko Kubuahi, Deputy National Communications Officer, Ewum, and a lot of members of Parliament, MPs ne also
pa. Dr. Yene and wow nipa John Jinapo.
Oh, John Jinapo was there.
I said no home fanaka crabat.
Yeah, Obai.
Otogusu so obejinem se obe boninia echido.
Wow, and I'm former Deputy Attorney General. No, former Attorney General actually.
Marietta PM. The deputy so Dr. Dominic Aini so
eba PM. Amako Fibua. Mihu aide to the former president. Your friend is saying former deputy
Felix Kwachiofosu.
Yeah, Felix Woho and former deputy transport minister. Obano, former President Mahama aide,
Joyce Bauer Mokhtar
is also there. Inti bra Facebook ne bra share some of the exclusive videos I ensaka from the court and in some course kudam for eba be PM. In the afei yanya waiter we know sir the state was represented by the AG himself, right? On one kasa ebaye. So we share first accused now the council say
first accused Dr. Abdul Basit Bamba.
Oh, Abdul Basit Bamba.
Me sure say unim.
Yeah.
Law lecturer. No any Edwige
Tamaklo. Omune ejina mu ma case la to force.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for second accused person I set animana one Alex Oredu Dankwa.
Oh, okay.
Alex Oredu Dankwa and ejinem and I think so for Richard Jackpano.
Yes.
Randolph Chumesi Ankra.
Oh, Randolph Chumesi Ankra.
Randolph. Yeah, he's a young lawyer, but he's been around for quite some time.
The name rings a bell.
In fact, NCA case no, I mean cow fast. NCA case no. Now can legal team no.
Okay.
For businessman na. Okay, say NCA for now 5.
Yes.
There were 4 public officials and a businessman. And a businessman okay omujai no. He was
not Randolph the council.
He was part of the legal team for the businessman. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's it for now. Baby Abababi do and another after the hearings no unya kwai the parties needing come from the AG side no say the narrative been pushing say way political witch hunting MP ni position on e-levy and other government policies in Tina buying air tata no AG ne kan dey fa sansem ne ho.
In terms of
say accusations say a political witch hunt.
Yes, in fact, Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuanyeboa responded directly to that allegation. In fact, I'm not say no ID can go PM because set an man and into me PM no it's court into me and business bia na and then it's no na munta kamubarak make that allegation but na e PM no Alfred Tuanyeboa chair say evidence no and kasa.
Okay.
Na
game is
evidence or say hwehwemu a yoko ni police no eye no enkofu we mu na omo kira sa transaction we no omo ka homa oman na hwere sa aka na enu ntia somebody omo kodan court na kachi and they say obi o ka de o ka ni bia no o de onka no mo be ka asem na wi o court dining no on be say indeed no evidence no actually say on mine no boss 2.3 million euros ka no enti anything dey on be dine court
no. A canon also was as a result of actions be accused persons he take
here or their inactions that resulted in the loss. Yeah. And I think so the and also Muntaka Mubako making some points be about so my pick information be say as a buy and I've been so prosecute some MPs be. Age, you know, the deputy you know confirm say or say they intend to hold public officials accountable. Into investigate or say yes, it's investigation that is ongoing and eventually if it gets to the level that they believe that they should bring the matter forward to the court, they will do so. And that's the decision has been taken that they will hold public officials accountable. And maybe saying say past public officials are now.
And that's a present.
Or say past and present, anyone who is involved. But Felix Kwachu for Susuni at Trim Common or chair. Or say on original on commitment bonitima bobe over 20 corruption cases. ACCC on an dream with the anchor. If the AG's office was minded to do its work and in court now if you want to demonstrate that you are fighting corruption in his view no or say it's not when you go after your political opponents but he believes that it's when you go after your own appointees. And on a substantive issue about the procurement of the ambulances now they insist say when this government took over they had the opportunity to deal with the ambulance situation as a contractual matter but ambulance it created a semblance of loss to the state. Until only the individuals involved no or since Sikebia no Mutuana Bibia was done in accordance with the relevant laws.
Okay. And that's where we are now. Joseph Akable na motene Joseph Otsana me pese ye BB on total recall. One of the things I'm pese ye and your listeners air call for say some of the cold cases ye nim the akwa kusi. We just have to refresh our mind. One example I'm doing my Major Mahama, for example, the case in the akwa kusi saying, and there are a host of other cases of public interest. I will see you you're refreshing your mind. If you do that research for us, no
problem.
Just to refresh your memories on where these cases are. Why?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's a point. Joseph Akable and I'm only a court correspondent. Ekosiisen On Asempa 94.7 FM. And the same you better was not a main interview, no. But let me deal with these messages where he said, Obi, I don't want to hear from anyone that prosecutor Honorable Atufosin is political witch hunting. If he has done wrong, the law should deal with him. No one is above the law. Okro Yabua Ewo Breman Benin and Odiwe Abawese. Good afternoon, Obi. I think the AG is doing a great job. More prosecutions this year. The rot under the former administration was mind-boggling. Anyway, very special greetings to Abena Esaba Emisa of U84 Supermarket in Takrade. Remember that God will surely answer your secret prayers. Nana Ikram Wabwaten is in Ablekuma Central, aka E. Levy. Let me see. We say, happiest birthday to you, Lloyd Bachman, aka Asa Tipa. May Allah continue to let his blessings shine on you from Bismarck and all Santa Maria boys. Going out to you. Happy birthday to Mrs. Rosina Esi Afari Battels in Suhum. May God bless you with your age. From your husband, Mr. Afari Prince Battels, aka Sir Prince in Ayin Suano, and the entire Afari family in Amanase. A happy birthday to our lovely daughter, Ama Otima of Lighthouse Chapel, North Legon, from Nana Kwame Opasco in Sawim, and your lovely mom, Vida Opokwajaman. Special greetings to Honorable Alexander Kwamena Afenyo Markins. It's also your birthday today, my very good friend, Nana Krobia of Glassell Constructions Limited. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Newly married, and I watch you in a beautiful, glamorous ceremony. It was Senchi, and happy birthday to you, and congratulations to you on your marriage, and kudos to you and your beautiful wife, Nana Krobia of Glassell Constructions. Happy birthday to you. Let me see. Before Semema Honorable Akwabano, ma menya this final birthday wish. It's your birthday today, Isaac Awuza, the Executive Secretary of the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association and an elder of the Church of Pentecost, PIWC, Dan Soman. Elder Isaac Awuza, happy birthday to you, and do have a great birthday. Live to be 94.7 and beyond. Where's the Obi? Nipa bedemuse in Atachen's voice. Say Obama in Pokwase. And Yansaimre in studio. The Honorable Dr. Kofi Konedu Apreku. Honorable Akwabana, a poem to saying.
Mejo Sumiura, Nyamiada Roma, Ahone o pa.
Nyamiase, papa. Inti ene obebusa okwase
The question there, a question pa.
Question kesi pa.
Question kesi. Nyamiada Roma, February 2018.
Yes.
Na minye adwuma wa ECOWAS.
Oh, okay.
ECOWAS Commission ewo Abuja. Na semi mayor commissioner for microeconomic policy and economic research.
Okay.
For the 15-member country. Na me fi say adwuma no so adwuma makoma ben ho pa na afensu fi say nyame ama me kwanya metimi ne West African crew no aye adwuma na kakra minim mesome de ama wo mo na wo so de wo betimi aye ama ya pagya ya economies no sikasem in particular etimi ahihye na ye nyina de di kaya beye se oman baako yedi sika baako ye trade ye bie ye crew no mu ama obi atimbam ye nyina ye kura passport baako na sika ankasa bio ye bepagya akwa abrochira akoto ne ma ne yemfa ento yen aye ho na ye moa ye ho nti mpanyimfo so fie petedu na mo a edika jese yeni aye ho ne de ye betimi aboa afin so hwe awa hu se West Africa na so often say bibimani nyina Africa no ye ka akiri niema bebre mu se omano kwa animu no animu koro no ya ka ho akiri ye sikasem ye ofe bibia se yen wiase ne yen ka ho bisa ti awase ye pay attention ye de ani ko ho se niema ye betimi aye ni apagya ye ni yeso enya anyimonyam na ye nipa no so aye ye manum no enya ahoto enu nti na ye form ECOWAS na me nso me koye no makoye de metimi atoa nkrofo a ye di manim no timiji se ye make progress
and specifically no as a commissioner any opposition I would describe it as here no we juma pote in the 15-member countries no
me juma pote ne say me follow the economies na country bia macroeconomic policy okay and omo trade policy omo research statistics say unum say research na me nya information who say afi nya niema say na ba ye krumu say na ye say na exporto yisika kwa abrochire ye say na afi so ya deal with the yourself say yan no so far Ghana for example and ye niema me hin ye to fi African for na ye de aba beto de to fi abonten ni nyina ka ho na ma omanya nkoso nti me madwuma ne se me pepe mu oma bia policies a omo ye no policies ni ye policies a ebema nkoso aba macroeconomic policy on interest rate, policy on inflation, policy on trade. And all the other what we call macroeconomic variable BBB indicators, you know. Inti and what you man me. Inti se me baga na si a me staff e baha. Ni ababi hwehwem afi o man iska se ni nyae. Se ni che no. Inflation rate ni say, interest rate ye say, GDP. Ye dwuma ye ni nyina kan bo mu a say. na afi yahwe yi trade eniema yeton ye nyina no emiehe ne kwa amanone emiehe ne stay West Africa die ne yenso kofafi obi kromu eba na sena affect yen emaye nyankoso ana emaye nyankoso na afi ade kese ba kunso esi ye ni mo ECOWAS ne se 15 countries ni nyina ebedi sika baako Echo no eno ye adwuma kese a eda ye ni so na microeconomic policy commissioner no na adwuma kese pa me say eno ni gina ho because you feel say yetimi nya sika baako di ne manage ye macroeconomy ni ya ene be page West Africa amaya koyenim.
Okay, in the member Ebusa Bibi about Echo no, and where we are at the moment. But before that, no, based on where Juma or terms of reference and the other, no, you would be in the known about the health of the economies of ECOWAS countries. No, it is a 15 economies now. Based on the macroeconomic indicators of Aboboso, no, countries when our because of more in West Africa.
Yeni ye measure countries ni nyina ye koji data na said the American nti ebiye we oya ade wo ha na onya ade wo ha but countries are say ye look at country benefit all our macroeconomic convergence criteria and Togo is the one country wonya bi che obia. The next country is Senegal and Ghana wo ho. Okay. Na Addison Soba. It is here in ECOWAS, 15 countries, no? Which country has the biggest economy? Nigeria.
Nigeria
has just about 60% of the total GDP.
Of all the 15
countries. West Africa. Na was a Ghana for
after Nigeria, the second biggest here, Ghana. Okay.
And the third is Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
And the fourth is Senegal, and on and on and on.
Okay. But now we can say I was a Ghana for boy and home than baby.
No, mommy, refi.
No problem. But the point is, you chair 15 African guys, you can't in Abumua.
West African
can make 15 no. Nigeria and Kenya 60% in terms of the size of 15 countries in our economy. That's the situation.
Yes, one population of Nigeria is close to 200 million.
Close to 200 million.
Yeah, look at where we are.
Yeah.
So for the state of Lagos, the state of Ewudim back. I'm sorry, Mentimi can appropriately where Lagos is.
Okay.
Omunkwa population no che Ghana ben prince prenu and prince mpo yeah nti eso ekura eso nti na senka yetimi coordinate ye ho now with that kind of economy no you can imagine demand enema beto kwa afi ye ho and Ghana so no ya position ye ho say ye obi abu ye. Now only in West Africa, I've traveled extensively. You not only West Africa country na you call all the international organization, World Bank, BBI or IMF, BBI or European Union, BBI or I'm representing. Now, baby, I will be corner in Crofobuye, Crofobugana pa. We are going through maybe this period is some difficulties, but I think the future is very good for Ghana.
But the other thing is, for a country like Togo, not relatively in CSR, so compare Ghana and the other countries, what is working for them? I didn't know Mono seem to be doing well. The impact of COVID now, they being hit or more.
Oh, I hate you. So beside, I say country better. You didn't define it within the context. Okay. Of the COVID.
Okay.
COVID in my and we say Ghana, we were making a lot of progress. Yeah. For example, when you look at some of the indicators, stability, even in our exchange rates, the GDP rate of growth, and sana ebe. But how many small economy? Timi you soon know. Ubi some specific question I'm answering. I'm not implying say omuno ombo modern chair Ghana. But as far as meeting the convergence criteria no they were meticulous enough, say, omune inya dodo.
Okay, and until say all the 15 countries together, ebe meeting criteria, no, yentimi roll out echo, no.
First, Nadia, na ye wo policy say country na omu ebetimi meet in the best start.
Okay.
Na omu ayintimi ye no so no mreko no omu timi a na omu abejoin. Na say yentimi meet in 2020 no ya postponed the convergence phase no.
Okay.
Sisi ye de kwa another 3 years.
3 years.
Within the 3 years no. Nansen ya press wa ya committee bebrebe ya nyanti ase among ourselves say sisi no si do 3 years no so a ebeden ya choose country a on best start no. First ni de na se wa ubenya no na waye but what me who say ba ko penko anya odoko atibenye nti we need a critical mass in here kakra doors enough. And they try to define EBCM for GDP. So the countries on best starting, they must constitute at least almost GDP near Kambomwa. And I was say at least 60% of the total GDP. No, in Tia press why we couldn't get agreement. Na deba Christmas. Ye kwa besa kotwaso because. Idea Cassia said there will be say, and I think we ask appropriate question. And Breben the drew so by all means, I was here starting. Question
and I know some brands is out here, won't mean
just the next meetings, which will be maybe February, March. The bit me decided say, ABM crew 9 enya a meetia, ye almost started, almost akano. Join first san and year no na intimima nti ye ka se ne ye exam ye hwehwe mu bio na ye mpe ade a ebema obi a gi atomu ebi fi se ye ne sa nso a ebi benya advantage but we dwen ho anya advantage is their performance. Yes, mu nyina monko na watimi a perform na ye ma me panse be kan say be a promotion pa wouldn't mean can say just ye nyina ye promotion ni and yes an ye no.
The other thing and it's and when we call trade and because I know so you're part of terms of reference no why is it difficult for us to trade amongst ourselves nti ebia na before so be ko ECOWAS na o Ghana ha into your thinking and baby Ghana. Now you've been to ECOWAS, oversight over 15 countries. And then the man here ding say Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Ghana. And as I may show you, even Ghana, your major trading partners, they are not African countries. They are
all of them. Absolutely.
Because
so data now, the data now here will suggest to say ECOWAS trade is less than 15%. About 15%. That is a trade relative to the in other words, about 15% of the trade now occur among us. About 75% or 70% is with the external way. One, because our economies are very similar. So and na yenyina no so sebio yen develop to the point efficiency ni greater. When your efficiency of production is greater, you can afford to ubetimi a year man and sell them at a cheaper cost. Inti debia ni ye pebebia ibenya therefore ye abrofu ya de. Yenya bebia sebio ye se quality ne ya na wo ho. Die yen nyina nka betimi aye no obi eyebi ye wo board Nigeria wo board Togo wo board nti ukopɛ board ato hunko die ye nibi no ene ekopɛ and besides no ye liberalize ye trade policies ni individually we don't meet the standards ECOWAS na setamaye intine debie bia na wobetese Nigeria for ne Ghana for akasakasa ECOWAS mrano makwan se Ghana ni bia timi tra Nigeria adwuma Nigeria ni bia timi Ghana adwuma but Ghana ni a obekọ Nigeria no be the obey biana, it must be consistent. It needs a contradicted Nigeria mra. The same thing. Ye ba sometimes yen crop for no enye mra na ya hihye work was no omde ka. Fi say bia me de kan asem Nigeria ni na baha ene wa baji ya adwuma ana Ghana ni abaha ene wa kwaji omo adwuma. Ha nti da bia na friction wo ho. But nkia emra ya hihye no sebi panyimfo atena se adwene ho ehu de beboa ye countries no ama ye presidents ni nyina assign enso bedu enforcement na ye manu nya adwuma se de wo se ye adwuma no nka ye adwuma nka beboa ye pa for example say ye nyina use the same currency a change rate variation be anim the same rate awojina na agina de to wade. So we can save a lot based on the variability of the currencies, you know. And
but to have such uniformity, you know, ebia kaze sa wo share the structure of the economies in ECOWAS enti o the francophone countries net on chain o anglophone countries now if you want to say pay attention to CFA countries, no, which are the francophone countries, and how or more economies no are structured. The influence of France on these economies. Do you think see a bedroom level be a convergence ni uniformity no a bit to me about? Because I mean say me kind the details of the French colonial pact, for example, which is still at play in these francophone countries. It is almost an impossibility that's our convergence, no. Ebe to me about now anglophone countries, francophone countries, that me sa common way. Do you think that really
well, maybe a human may gives me the sense that say possible. Okay. And that is my job to make it possible also. Inti me would see a bit me a ama yen talk together. European Union, no, they were also like us. They were rich countries and poorer countries. And they had all kinds of no more war. And near a strong Kumbia country. Almost transi who say, see a cambo together. And it's a young cambo muno. Now your assessment now. Are we better off being separated, and I say we are better off coming together? There's no question about that. Yeah, assessment, and yet done by even non-Ghanaians, non-Africans, done by international consultants. No? So we'll be far better off. Yeah, who better you more? Say you can't boom more since you can't move. Why raise a point? Me no commissioner, I'm not supposed to indulge in these things because now a partisan. Okay, the problems between the English countries and the francophone countries, and in fact, you will lose a phone for yes. Yeah, and then they say there are still a lot of controls. The French countries, you know, than English. No, I think say independence. No, Emrano mshisheto hono. Nenye den say Emra mshishe wo. Ye nuamo French one. The ka system mubidi isika. Musika mo Central Bank hana mudebeba. BBI yensu ye no. We open Ghana Central Bank of Ghana, Nigeria Central Bank. Inti etiti ye niem ye hufi niem bi ho a. Emayinya freedom more since almost so the end. Until so often in together and send you bet me a jai, you bet me a year free one, and answer so taste of Francis, see a more quine. Yes, they can leave. And TCC no dear honor, me say a year. And now say Crucesia pass many Cote d'Ivoire, and so ye interested to say or at the end be okay. Timiji says, no, you hope
we can make progress.
Say, dear, ye problem needs the managers of the economies. In this case,
individual economists,
the ministries of finance and all the allied ministries are all impacted significantly on our economic performance. Ye ye jume ye ne you push it in the right direction. There be out here, we Minister of Finance, Habertin and Simbiaba, Sky Winnie Kra no Akoje. Now they are be problem abano. Nina divert, Ibikra ni new budget, project for the Wunya allowances biase, Sika wait, senior, you had a bit a quiet breakfast with here. On say economists ni vulnerable. Yeah. Now I think that is one thing. COVID actually, yen say, yen pay attention to resilience. Si nipa na mwa obo humba say, yare basa ma ti wa ho den a yare bi ba enkan.
In our case, na be external reserves and
well, resilience they said the structures we are put in place, okay. No, Asempa ye cry, ye timi resist kakra. Ye so weak say, and from makra ba, the echo. No, ne COVID ne ba near who the for example, when you look at our consumption base, what we import and what we produce at home, we are all vulnerable. And now COVID by assistant world trade. You look at sources of financing for us. You look at our medical services. Ni nyina no yen strengthen no say ade ba ye betimi a withstand it. You bet me are resistant. Until this time, no, was ye retool our economies, no, and undertakes programs such as strengthening the private sector better than it is now, so that you produce near money be brewe ye krumha. Not just production, producing it quality ye, price ye, and capable of being exported.
But you've been around for a while, and some all candidates say are not new to
anybody.
I mean, political watchers, economic watchers, obia inim saniome. Fortunately for you, you've been in government before. Then the money yet deign to implement these beautiful ideas. I don't know to mean yes,
because unfortunately, I'm one. Politicians sometimes. Yetie de ekoso ye man no nye necessary de nipa mpani nyina na eyema ye say ye at that particular time but one yes so na asemo aba inti eka ho when adi buy we have to respond and produce medicine buy medicine in case dey bia yisi kayem fan koto inti ukoto no what divert resources from the nkebia wa budget for we ni nyina na ekọ one planet and na ye reserves no so no so kese say si asem to abitimi akufi akuyibi na asaka bebre da so ho maybe kakra bi de wo ho dada ti yi ya na a reflect e de be changes abamo we ability no to buy and to consume. Those are the issues. I was here pay greater attention. The world is changing. For example, our traditional means of transacting business, HNG, we live in a digital world. In the country, one push yourself to be part of it. We have to. Business, the way we do our business, our support to the private sector, the technology available for private sector to use, and the skills. Yes, so far back, I was so way. I was so young, experience, training, nimdie, because you are competing with the world that we are very sophisticated. Technology is advanced.
And looking on from the outside, no. And from the outside, not because you are not Ghanaian, but because it's a Siano oppositioner, you have interest in Ghana and other 14 countries. It is also rolling out digitization there. How is Ghana doing, CCR?
We can do more, but we are headed in the right direction. And me just say, you will see a year more. And sometimes when we are can maybe people may misunderstand you. Education, what is education? Is education just going to sit in the classroom and being taught? The world has changed. If you're just going to sit in the classroom and being taught today, and you don't have to go to the classroom, you bet me a teacher now what you hold now with you. Oh, so education itself, no, the content, and we are more important than just the education as as sometimes we configure. Yen the way no power classroom aba. Are you linked up with the rest of the world? The course world, no, muhubi. How many of our schools, even universities, have availability of computer for use? But that's where the world is saying. And now, will be our computer or the fee in the developed world. The young kakra boy and phones you see, at least with me internet. Ubit me a call online. Whatever is happening in the rest of the world, you ubit me a nyebi. But how many people are using it? In our rural areas, is this happening? Good, we have free education. Now, and no, the basic. That's the basic, because I don't know any schools that yes supply computers enough for everybody to have one. And that today, that is the order of the world. That is the way the world is moving. Ghana is positioned so properly that we are one of the countries that you beat me a leapfrog, you beat me a jump development. We need to make sure that the structures are in place. The quality of education that we need is in place.
And in terms of the digitization bit, you make the point, say, as a country, we are headed in the right direction, but you bet me I more. And in terms of more, no, specifically, more no, in what regard? Say education they are working. And as a which other thing there was here relative to digitization, technology,
equipment. Every school must have a facility. You provide either subsidize or give away computers that people can have access to. Family. Sebio, omo kruakesi mu, omo papa mu wuska na educated, they already may have access. But the rural folks, omo nibi, almost in a door. You can't have two society, one that has and one that does not have. So government program must be looking for those opportunities. There are places in the world today, Ubet a place that used to be, say, you converted it into computer facility where individuals can go and do their work and go home. They don't own it. It's owned by the government. It's owned by the community. Ninyina ya dia ebetimia leapfroggers. Jump the processes, and link up with the rest of the developing world.
Oh, okay. I get you. Before, and I will come back to the issues around economy, ABO, but answer, let me take you here. Enra, yeshe flyer, and then Yame Adoma Wabeka Sawa. We asked our listeners, say, or more questions being near the Emma, and some of them, the questions ne kakra about. I would go there briefly now. Me the kakra means from me wanted to me. The amount. But my first question will be, so okay, say February 2018, and a winner ECOWAS, a Jumaninti. The last time we saw you in public office, was around 2007, right? 2007.
Yeah.
Yes, because you had to resign to contest for the flag bearership at the time. In between that time and 2018, now what are you doing?
Well, I've done a lot of consultancy work. Me Jumama ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development. Me Jumama United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. ECA. Me Juma for World Bank. So my Juma Kakra, I was never without something to do, even though the political clock take in our favor. But I always have had some work that I've done. Yeah.
In that case, between 2007, after your unsuccessful attempt to become flag bearer, up until 2018, na consultancy I engage in. But I know, sir, within that period, 2016, your party won power again. Nana be president in 2017. You were not appointed into any position, Meboa.
Yes.
Ade.
I don't know. Say president did not. I can't answer that question.
But I reject it and I
no, it wasn't offered to me.
Okay. Well, that's the first question. Berima was saying to say, why were you not appointed by the president? Or is it that you declined the appointment as being speculated? What is it?
Well, my TB, I will be a Canadian, but I don't think it's true that I declined.
Okay. Indeed, no appointment whatsoever was offered you?
No.
Not even a board chairman?
No.
Okay. But you thought at the time, no? That's la wo paper so be some woman.
Of course.
By the anka obeje.
Of course.
Okay. Enti obi say Sonny Kwasi or say Obi, my question to him is, what is his take on the economic situation in Ghana now? And as an economist, what better things can he do to solve these problems? That's a big question.
It is.
Very, very broad. Of course, you see, the conversation in Ghana now around our economy has been about in debt situation and the latest Fitch,
ratings. That makes it difficult for us to access funds from the capital market. Yes.
And that's the situation now. And no, do you think say a situation ya boxing you into ana?
Well, what I can the me I can say that is the idea of reality and it's untenable. We can't continue on that path. Well, ECOWAS convergence criteria no say your debt to GDP ratio should not be more than 70%.
That's the ECOWAS convergence criteria.
Yes. And it's the and it's the standard that is also used to ascertain a country near
sound.
Yes, sound or not. Okay. So a standard okay. Unfortunately, I'm not in the government, but I can speculate. Say COVID in a buy, all governments mobilize resources to deal with it. It's an emergency planning and ABBA. And so Mimi Gideon said a lot of countries around the world, and a lot of the countries are missing to know a war we ubia running budget deficit.
Okay.
And you're unusual. COVID no impact near so government expenditures and also form. It is time for government to have a program that will ease us out of this high
of the situation.
Yes, yentimin twaso. My economy said there was echo and overall also MYA convergence no. But say the agreeing when ye crew. So a cost rosa dear na a good business.
And the stroke, you mean that's a debt situation, the cost
yeah, because government is taking the resources and private sector into a yes answer government function, the private sector function, and yard the crop. That means if we are not careful, our growth ebe form. But that is just one, because we also have to debt service ratio ebe kosro. Na ekosro no so no sebio skani few krum na akọ baby. Inti skano nso de nka obi apese if baby ba ni krum. Eno na ma wo to. Na wo de koji ska na de akoma neighbor wo ho beto neighbor no beto no wo so wo nto. Inti we need to keep more of our resources here. And when government borrows too much in so the effect on the private sector and say a interest rate no cost room will be private sector can compete with government. Inti na ema private sector no ejuma was omo ya na ekofom. That means we are going to produce less. That means we are not competitive. Na afi nkrofo mano na ye koto more. Inti vicious
the path we are on now relative to economic management, we have to pause and change direction.
Oh, no question. I'm sure say that no government has the record or better asosa in ye. Or see a share na he stimulated the private sector to generate the wealth in this country. That's it.
But in that regard, no, you think currently we are not doing that? And the private sector need create wealth.
Well, not enough.
Okay.
Enough. Okay. Yeah, we can do better. Much better. Because one, Ghana will produce, even within West Africa, we are better positioned than any country to be the strongest economy. Yeah.
Okay. Inti Weise Obi, what exceptional qualities? But even before I come there, Bala Aqua says, please ask him why he didn't take part in the 2016 and 2020 campaign. Bala Aqua, 2016 and 2020. What did he take part in the campaign?
I was absolutely involved in the campaign. That one, there's record. 2020, now me were ECOWAS. ECOWAS mrano mahu kwai say ubaba beye domestic politics.
Okay. But 2016, before ECOWAS appointment, you were
absolutely. And they were who me country we did not know baby. So there's no way I'll be to Akasa. And there are witnesses. Say campaign in a vacuum. We are many people. Manquank and Nipa Bibre se manco. Yakobe Bibre.
That's true. And it probably brings me to the question, sir. Or say, good afternoon, Obi. What is doctor's energy and intellectual reserve level that he wants to keep till 2025 to become president before utilization? 2, does he have any belief in the youth of today? If yes, we want to know his vision for the youth. Thank you, Charles Prempe, Charlie, and anyway, Abba. And the first question following from Wayne said, do you want to be president? Still up to your man paying.
Yes, I do. And I do because president Nana Mepe, I have a vision. It can be actualized. Yes.
When you are president.
Yes. And it's not overnight. It's something that I've developed for a very long time. As you know, way before I even came back, I returned to Ghana. And I was involved in politics. Yeah. We had a group that we formed in the U.S. that was opposed to Rawlings from the day of the coup to the day that he left office. And we worked very hard. So many of them are of the people who know me as human back in this country. Our vision, the exposure that we got in America, it gave me the confidence because me myself, my fee intellectual family and a buy. Me mommy and kusku, me papa and kusku. And I've taught they say, look, whatever, nyami di mechi, ne de me copy America. But me copy America, no, the idea me whom.
And America, no.
I went to. Hey, why are you going to give me this test? You want everybody to know how old I am. I went to America after secondary school when I was about 18 years old, 1972.
And you spent quite a time there,
about
right?
20, between my education and my job, I'm a year, I spent about 20 years there.
In America? Wow. Okay.
I went there as an exchange student. I entered an international competition. I was selected. So I went there for my last year in high school there. And then after that, I did a bachelor's, master's, PhD. And I taught in 3 universities. And then when Rawlings came is when maybe in Kame Ghana cry. But Mr. Rawlings Mukubai and we formed Ghana Movement for Change.
US.
Yes. And we opposed the government and opposed. And I wrote 2 books at that time. One of the books that attracted Professor Dubois' attention. Or contacted me. I know about Cornell University on a visiting professorship. And I think he saw the book in a library or some place. And he called me. I never met him. I call secondary school. We kind of history books will be a legend. To offer him, I was touched. They also a kai book no fee said or semi bagana. That time na ya start agitation. Say a person rural rollings and them abide no call. Near cries you group or ho. I cool meetings outside. There be any Ghanaian official of PNDC Beba US and any acquire demonstration. Create demonstration. Some of my colleagues came back into the first government to cry. President Kufuor government, maybe. And we have all groups. We call here meetings. It's here Chicago. And when the man me share first time, what is it? The Dr. Obete party were here.
Is it? Edward Mahama.
Dr. Mahama.
Okay.
Okay. My best friend na me ne eko. Me nkase friend. No professor
Asempa FM.
Oregon State Ohio State University. Inti chese me senior pa na woni no. Ti eko meeting no Ghana movement ni meeting with Chicago. Yeko no medical doctor ho. Ni fie ni ekodae. Ene ma mi hu na ye beye namfo. And there were so many, you called New York, they just say Washington, New York, there almost all the time, because that is where all the ministers' number meetings near the Niakoya demonstration. We drew the White House attention so that we were even invited to the White House to provide information how if we say abanenye. And so we worked very hard. And during those times, I'm sure my first book, Ekofa, I wrote a book say a missing Ghanaian African immigrants. We are a missing link in Africa's development. In other words, we have contribution Africa akonenim. But yen kromono yen pay so hanon so they worship us. And that is basically the essence of the book. And when I look back, it is so true. It is so true. Because so time when you cool school, you university, no, you school pet, you PhD or master's or bachelor's or Asian say woman obiani wa obeka omunyina akoye krom because government no trust education as sebio omfisi yenya no ebetimi aboa yenso no we didn't have that, and particularly time over world country no be ye military in sensamno none of ayabo hu yekunkun nipa basabasa ne lawlessness wahano na we feel say you are better off so better now tini yema ti ya intellectual groups are ye ho adwuma, and many of them like me eventually came to their homes, their countries, because environment ni change ya nipa who says sebio oba basa ne legality ne undemocratic tendencies be anyhow. They went to their respective country, and many of them have made major contributions to their country.
And at the time, no, started enya that inkling say you would want to be president of Ghana.
Yes, because what it is that maybe I was being arrogant with myself. Say, when I went, me call high school, no, I stayed there. I was in class with the white folks. Sebi in Preduasa, and yeah, even elite be. Me know just a traditional secondary school na me call. But I look at myself. Na me share omo performance. I mean, who say na yenya as bad. DNT na omo no yenti. Why? What is it about us? Is it sebi yenimian sani biana yenya intellectually capable? Intina omo yeye. And I was very religious. Maybe called me was secondary school. I was SU president, Scripture Union president. So
Ghana,
yes,
school,
Chumbo could do a secondary school. I was grounded in religion, and I was a library prefect. And library prefect, and then the lead me and ma me call me because as library, I read every book that I could put my hands on, and I read a book. And no na me de cultural the essay competition na ye de me koi. So I didn't think it's a sebi yenim nyansa. But we share your life where ye lead. We share the environment that we live in. We share the resources in your media maya. You have to question yourself, what is it about us? Are they yenim nyansa na? We share structures where you crew man where be ne wa America. Every institution structures are a bema near my yen. Why is it that none of them work? Until I started grappling with these questions. Ade yeno no nyame no ompe ya semwana. Until I developed this to the point to say when na near me sina we got yinya nipa bibro almost so dwen the medwen. Yes, we have to come home. Back. We felt strongly say any be between about change Ghana. Not that say you are disrespectful or more wahano, but we first say the exposure na yenyano has given us confidence say you bet me and make a difference. Because if you went to high school, did bachelor's, master's, PhD, and taught in all this way, I thought they are white folks, and I didn't think they are smarter than us. So what is it about us? I end the intimate. So you begin to think, yes, out of arrogance, it's so searching, and now I cry, will lose confidence yourself. So there's something wrong with us. Why?
In a year, Ben, who cast our minds back a year, Ben, I'll back to Ghana.
I came back 92.
Oh, 1992.
Yes.
And I'll back to Ghana. 96, and I'll contest to become member of parliament, right?
I think I came maybe 91.
Oh, 91.
92, me buy and send a near structures of the party now, better party in any idea. And because President Professor Dubois had me buy, you know, I was almost on every committee. The research committee I was set on party say fan prepare to put the party in place. No? It was chaired by Professor Fulson, not only political science, head of Department of Political Science at Legon. And that committee, began the process, even though maybe it would be but that was officially the committee that was inaugurated to look at all the issues that are here to be in place for a political party to be formed. Now, Mr. Apia Menkanka home.
Okay.
Na Osapuma Fuka home. Na Dr. Wayo Seini ka home. Na Meka home. And a few others.
Oh, okay. And this was 92.
Yes. And they started to prepare all of these documents. Okay. Way before 92, you started in there, as I said, around 91. Yeah. Oh, baby.
And you qualify as a founding member of the MPP.
I was a founding member of the party when we started. So selection of the name, the selection of the symbol, the constitution, the manifesto was drafted by this.
First manifesto, no?
Yes, were drafted, and then brought for approval. I remember clearly where we finished the constitution. We had a meeting at current president Father Hotel, where a committee had also been formed. And current president Nana Akufo-Addo, Malik Yakubu, the legal team. We tendered over the document for them to put the constitution in a legalistic framework. Say this is a constitution, but legally it has to be put in a legal framework. So we work from the very beginning because Professor Dubois was at the center of the politics at that time, and he had brought me, I was at the center with him.
Okay, and all my opportunities to also work.
Too many. And I was energetic and enthusiastic.
At the time, now, okay. In 96, you contested to become member of parliament. Obeye MP in 96 for Offenso, right? Offenso North constituency. And then 2 years after that, you contested your first primaries to become flag bearer.
That's true.
And I was going through the data, no. Let me share 98 Congress, no. Number of delegates at the time, we had 1,993. You were on that ballot together with John Ajekum Kufuor, the current president Nana Akufo-Addo, Mr. Kwame Kodua, Malik Al-Hassan Yakubu Ubonidi earlier, and a GH Mensah. Now, John Kofonya 1,286. Akufo-Addo 628. And Awunya 52 votes. You came third with 52 votes. At the time, no, sa vote on a shock to you. And I know if you say first time in the
it was a shock to me because I thought me say my year enough meet me better results than that. But it was an initiation.
Yeah.
The message that time was not that they didn't and our message was say menya de ana mintiminye ye kru mu hane de ye see me so too much usa uba ye nche wa betum panyimfo mo no nko na ya taking note of you because I was the spokesperson even then in the opposition on matters of finance, and I think it's we all did very well. Over a short period there was nobody who krum ha na on timidin.
Dr. Kunedu Apraku
Enti the betimi and there were others who were also doing other portfolios who also did excel. We created the impression in the country say indeed nkrofo a from MPP for no e de oman no ma omo betimi so in spite of sebio military dictatorship where was suppression of views, political activity, and the abuse of state resources against opponents. For example, me no ham robbers be me fie, me car me parky and near you me say even the first election, me parliamentary election year one, a helicopter landed in one of my constituencies, a Francho. To intimidate us. Sebi unum say a crassy idea. You who helicopters up soldier for every mo. The whole polling station, everybody ran away. I don't know what they intended to get, but minimum I stood my ground and me said, what are you doing here?
And where it was in 1996, right?
Yes. So what are you doing here? Almost say, yeah, it's a problem. I'm some by a problem. This is a civilian election. If there's a problem, so please nebaha military demo for there or I'm saying you rude. I'm saying I'm now rude. There's no place for you in a polling station in the constitution or any election regulation. So you don't deserve to come here. More best came I'm a microphone in here will be a baby who helicopter that. How about to so that movement we are deep body or me I'm not going anywhere. And so this is the thing. So we went through hell. Armed robbers, the front page, a procure attack. This. There's not a single election during the period that I was MP. Not one.
Even including time I'm mobile power no.
No, yeah, bar power there nice. Talking about opposition.
In opposition. But the other thing is in 96 you became MP, 98 you contested your first primaries. Neoma Anko, you said you were cano.
But so say my year Juma a lot before the primaries. Before the primaries.
Yes. Yeah, I get
so
you.
People knew me.
I get you.
Yeah.
But also the message they gave you, and as the feedback on them on say Usa obetu ebinom, maybe no monko any other. Fast forward 2000, you won power with J. Ekofo as president. And Oye minister, and you served in several capacities in that government. 2007, another presidential primaries, Ekosiise. At the time, because now based on the all kinds of party for it was obvious because you contested the 98 primaries with an Akufo-Addo who came second. It was obvious in 2007, now on Edu. Why did you still contest?
Well, and I know BBC taking cognizance of the results I shouldn't have contested.
Yes.
Because one, Nana Akufo-Addo and I we came from the same mold. Professor Dubois in Nipa.
Okay.
And Nana Akufo-Addo, President, me friend Nana Akufo-Addo, President, yes. His Excellency,
Nana,
yes, Excellency. Here now, no, so near I see me.
Okay.
New me. And I can tell you, say, we even had a meeting before we went to Sunyane. The two of us.
That's in 98.
Yes.
Okay.
He invited me, and this is on record between him and I. We sat down and talked about the election, the realities of the time. And for all that you said, and also know, he appeared a lot more known, popular than I have. Okay. Because Mimi Bagana Nenche. So Nina Yetna di Hong Kong. Okay. And I don't want to review these things. And that was not the first time Momenena trans and strategize on this. And I may even add the semi-crackophone so nimidin komo that time. A lot of people first say it's just too early. Okay. But me de me see me barbe me behwe. And the results did not suggest to say do me so. Everybody said Tobo ma on penny for nonco. I mean that became the theme. There be
at the time.
Say, yeah, usadodo.
In the 2007, no, now Ufri said that was the right time for you to now.
2007, and I know I was interviewed. Now, me shot what was going on. There were too many issues that maybe. So politician, maybe I shouldn't even have been in that
race. Contested in that race with 17 people.
Yeah, there were too many other issues that are not captured by the data. So ideally, I shouldn't even have been in that.
That's our issues. No, issues are opposite.
No. Those are
personal. Well, now me share 2007 data now. Yeah. 2,293 delegates. The first was Akufo-Addo, 1,096.
First was President Akufo.
No, wait, 2007.
07. Oh, okay. Okay, yes.
In Akufo-Addo, 1,096. Alan Tremantin by second, 738. Michelle List now. You came 11th with 19 votes.
Yeah.
This is 2007.
Yeah.
And so in 2014, and so contested the first one, Super Delegate Congress, no? And also, no. You polled 10 votes. And now Alan Tremantin was in there. Now Akufo-Addo 81.28%. Alan Tremantin 8.01%. Joe Gatton 2.85%. Adenimo 2.85%. Kofi Osayame 1.90%. Asamoah Boateng 1.76%. And Awunya 1.36% with 10 votes. And if I'm right, when the presidential primaries are standing 3. In all of them, no. Now votes no and shada nye eniso. Don't you think say the party doesn't really consider you say you are the person to lead them into any election?
Well, that is for us to find out. Minyinisa, I don't think the votes no na air cancer. We had a very unique election in 2014. I don't think it reflected my performance.
Your performance.
Yes. I just want to leave it out there. But they didn't.
We
a believer in Ebia Kase in the NPP no more a Q theory. And a Q theory meaning say yenim ebimo kan yenim wo free tete. You know, say Nanado free hodea. Kunadu Prekune contesting in 1998, on the contest in 2007. And it's a follow your fruit, ye move free tete mantra, Nediana, a drew. So do you believe in that theory?
I believe in the theory in itself. The people who have served the party honestly, faithfully, should be rewarded by the party. If it's what you call the Q theory, I don't know. But Mimi Fee say party and hokwa. People invest in a party to get it to become a winning machinery. And a party no sono a party a person a grassroots party. Party a best serve in Nipano. And you can't serve somebody you don't know. Nti party no a prepare over time and link us up with the grassroots and build confidence. Because one share party no need leadership no, not they will be at variance. The leadership no pay no regard. So person mechanics to the rules no, because they have no association. Yeah, party. Yeah, party no.
Okay.
We believe say a democratic party. Democracy means people are given the opportunity. So people who serve and no omuna own party no. The grassroots people own the party and they should be confident about the person who be the party name. Yes, because you have to have a relationship with them.
And as our confidence in that person, no, Emma through longevity, keke say ebi ani pana wo hwate. Ejuma ni pana ye, right?
Ejuma too.
Okay.
First you have to know the character.
Okay.
You unino from what he has done, his track record. Unino through the relationship that you have with. Because our political arrangement, maybe all political arrangement, but the one that I'm talking about, unique political arrangement in this country is that there is a lot of detachment between the people and the elected. That is something that all of us, because in the final analysis, a grassroots political structures that we have, that people from the lowest level elect the most powerful people. It just said they have to know you. Let me tell you some experience in the United States, for example. In the US, because the country is not so centralized, political party, make me a Democrat, we are Republican.
Yeah.
I can vote in a Republican primary. What I see, me American, so I know a good thing when I see it. In the hormonal system, no, and yet so much attachment to an individual. Like Trump did.
Okay.
Trump never declared in the past, so Republican or Democrat. But he can jump in. Almost system not developed to the level that. We carry our people with us for a long period. And their confidence is based on the track record of I know him. And so when Nanado was tagged, I keep saying Nanado, I'm sorry. His Excellency, His Excellency, President Nana Akufo-Addo, was it me bisane said na if you knew free where did they come from? No catch them say okwaye no somebody was introducing him. Na maame no also penasem one was say manemrania no was say we die yenim ni fitete. Nya election time, but when the election time came around, he found it very useful. Say ampa ye nini fitete. We know him, so we know what is likely to do. We don't risk it. Yeah, system no more. We don't risk it because we are so fragile. We're building a life, nene hope on this party. So this party bar. He's not about to take a chance. Obi a woni no de tumi akoma no.
Baba eno na mebe busa say ye hwe names a amanfo e bandi around. Say omu nyina wo interest. Of course some of them have not officially confirmed. Ebinom to say wo ma confirm say party ne makwan say amanfo nko pick forms, abekwa pick forms to contest. Say me hwe names na into Wudin aba up. Jogati din aba up. Boache Jaku Diaba up. Alan Trematin Diaba up. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Diaba up. Akuto say a great minister Diaba up. And yes, I think that's that about it. So what names are Mabuboya? Why they new? None of them seems to
be the people will determine who is new. Let's leave it like that for them. But I will not determine for them who is new. But I believe, sir, the party people know what if it's not the new normal, whatever attribute or no,
they will decide.
They will decide.
But in your case, no free say any of the attributes are on you qualify for them.
I believe so.
Or qualify for Nina.
I believe so.
So there was a party for any shebibia. Said Dr. Kunedu Apreku, unya kwai eba besome, eba ye minister under Kufo. Eba say a achievement pa in the age na so ato abama say be di yenima achievement be.
Well,
the megasa bobe mienu achievement be.
I introduced the Friday where I introduced school feeding program. Maybe you don't know.
You did?
Yes. It was part under the NEPAD program. And the first person that I met was the ambassador of Netherlands. He's the first person who said he pay a visit to me in my office. Said they would be willing to finance it.
Asempa FM.
And I worked with him and we visited the president. And I remember the president was going to Washington, to New York on
UN
General Assembly. And we prepared for him to meet
ambassador.
No, the ambassador was going to introduce him to the head, his head of state. And that's how we started that process. Yes, and many others.
Friday were another time now we trade.
Trade. Ghana was the first country to win the AGUA visa, which allowed Ghana to export without duty, without quota to the United States market. When we were selected, I think we were the first or the second African country that had won that. And it was my initiative. I traveled to the United States so many times, negotiating with the trade secretary of trade. He became a personal friend of mine. Later, he went to Japan as an ambassador. He ran for governor in Utah, and we are still friends. He had a personal bishop. What they say.
Okay. Archbishop Duncan Williams.
The wife.
The wife.
She was working in that office, so I have an alibi. He was working at the U.S. Trade Department, and we have been friends since that time.
Oh, okay. And those are notable achievements,
and many
more.
During the time that I was the trade minister, go and look at our export levels. I took the Ghanaian exporters to Turkey, took them to Mauritius, I took them to France. Every place that we could market made in Ghana goods, we were there. Yes. Ghana Export Promotion Council.
So was Obi legitimately, now that Nanado is not in the picture, so was Obi legitimately a claim to the Yenimufri mantra now, it is you.
There's no dispute about it. There should be no dispute. Nobody. Of course. Look at my involvement in bringing about the formation of the party. All the activities that were involved in forming a political party. I was there. I was in Mr. Kreku's house when the meetings were going down. President Akufo-Addo was there. Mr. Hakmausu Ajema was there. Mr. Kwame Batters was there. Because he was very close to Dr. Safu-Odu, just as I was so close to Professor Dubois. Nanado was so close to Professor Dubois.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Dr. Sebi. They were all there. I don't know many others that were there at all.
And at least from 1806, I'm able to know Omumu Bieni.
Nana Akufo-Addo. President Akufo-Addo, sorry.
No, aside. Me can 6, I'm able to Omumu
I didn't see any of them there. No.
The party for a catcher say Of course, yes, those times are okay, we agree. But those are in the past. Share in recent times. Share from 2016, Eba, Omua, Ejinaho, Aquama Party, me, as I winning power. Time I NDC for a winning in 2008.
I was there in 2016. The only campaign that I missed, the only, since I joined this party was formed, is the last election, the 2020.
2020,
yes. I was there. The evidence is there. President Akufo-Addo will tell you. I was with him.
2012,
2012, I was the campaign. I was in charge of campaign security.
2012.
Yes. 2008, I was the campaign manager.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Sorry, not the campaign. Yes, the campaign manager.
After testing in 2007,
yes,
he made you campaign manager.
Yes, I was the campaign manager for him 2008. And then followed up with the director of security for the next election. The only election that I didn't participate fully.
2020.
Yes.
And also because now we go.
Yes, absolutely. The record is there. I'm not making anything up.
Based on, I don't know, are you worried when people say, and I mean political watchers and analysts say, race we a 2-horse race between Bawumia and Alan Chematin. Are you worried?
Well, this is politics. People can say what they want. At the end of the day, the people are what they say will be the most important point. It will be the best declaration of the intent. We are working and we are making a lot of progress. I'm confident.
The story will be different this time around.
The story will be different.
How different will it be from, say, 2007? Because I'm sure 2007, Alan was in the race and he did well than you. In the Edena way, be different.
Well, there are different times. Do
you subscribe to Omua Ekase for the NPP to be accepted by a critical mass of Ghanaians as a true national party? It's probably time for the NPP to pick a candidate from a minority tribe in Ghana to be their leader.
I believe NPP should select the best candidate for the party, for the campaign, or for the election.
Yeah, but what constitutes best? Factors in the door. So when you one factor.
Well, the person who has the best chance to win for us, and the person who has the capacity. Winning is one thing. The capacity to deliver. You're talking about breaking the 8. It's not just about winning. So it means that we have to have somebody that can sustain, who will generate the confidence of the people, to the point say we are willing to give it to you because we know you can break the 8 and continue, sustain it. So it is deeper than just the man of the moment.
And for that thing now, Obi over the capacity to sustain after winning the 2024 elections, I
believe that. I have to believe that.
But in your own way, who is the man of the moment? Man of the moment now, Walker say it should not necessarily be about the man of the moment.
Man of the moment, we have not had any election to determine who is the man of the moment.
Yeah, but there are names and Walker said this guy looks favorite.
Well, people can do whatever they want. I have not been involved because ECOWAS rules did not permit me. So people are even surprised. Hey, now Ubeba. Oh, Ubeba the best support. That's what I hear.
Now, in this year, would you be resigning from your ECOWAS position to be able to campaign?
Obviously, at the time that we need to file, originally, ECOWAS was for a four-year term. Okay. That would have ended at the end of February. And I thought everything was going well until just recently they said they have extended our term, additional 4 or 5 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is if I have to resign, it's not from the original contract. It will be the addition.
The additional.
So.
Okay. But I think this other point is so about the NPP becoming a national party, you still believe, sir, the focus should be on who is best to win power for the party, and not the party taking that critical decision, sir, whether we lose or win, we have to change a certain narrative around our party. Let's pick somebody from a minority tribe, somebody from the northern part of our country to be on the ballot for us.
Political parties choose people who can win for them. That's all. It's only one definition: winning. It has nothing to do with this or that. We select the person who can win, who has the best chance to win. We do not experiment with elections. And elections, the candidate that you are selected is not what determines whether the person broad national consensus. It's the programs and activities. Every Ghanaian is a Ghanaian, equally so. So you're president, you have an obligation to everybody. It doesn't matter. We should not overstretch this concept of ethnicity and this and this. It is not helpful. Ghana wants the best person to lead us. That's why I was pointing out to you that even in the United States, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you can vote in any of the primaries. If I'm a Republican and I know that Democrats are presenting a candidate, I will bet me a change or manner. There is flexibility in America that a Democrat can vote in a Republican convention, primaries. That's the ultimate sense of democracy. Let the best win. And the fact of the matter is that you are now running an ethnic politics or ethnic campaign. You are running a campaign that will attract the people, discerning Ghanaians, to vote for you regardless. So if you are going to say we are allocating a position to somebody because of ethnicity, that's not your best chance to win an election.
It's not your best chance to win. Some have said, Waka said, you take all the boxes. As far as qualities are, it was a party in their next leader and take all the boxes. You aside, do you think the current vice president will be a good president?
That's not for me to judge. That's not for me to judge whether somebody
you
will
don't have an opinion about him?
The people who are going to vote are the ones who are going to have the opinion. My opinion does not matter.
Has he been a good vice president? A good head of the economic management team?
They say the proof of the pudding is in the eating. If he has been good, the people will reward him. If he has been good, just say he has been good or bad. Obviously, you don't even expect me to answer that question. But there are people who have it in their interest to select the very best person. And in their analysis, if they come to the conclusion, say, from what he has done, and I don't want to single anybody. Why are you asking me about him and
no,
nobody?
I'm coming to the other candidates.
Well, let's end it here because my answer will be the same for all of them.
No, but at least Alan Tremontin is also in the race. 2007, one in the contest as part of the 17 people. I'm Oba second. The last time the president went to Butumfo, in introducing him, I said, a branch what him in China, what prayer say obey president. Do you think, say, like you, it's also about time a party for no ever rewarding with the leadership?
I think they reward Apreku for the leadership of the party. That's all I think. They should reward Apreku.
Salmon.
Of course.
Because of the yenimnifrite mantra.
No, because I have the capacity and the capability to deliver to the people of Ghana.
To the people of Ghana.
That's the essence. You know, if it now and you're good, it doesn't cut. I believe I have the capacity. I think I can take this country on a completely different trajectory.
What would be that one major groundbreaking policy or whatever as president?
Well, there's so many policies that we are already working on, and I don't want to prejudge
yes. But at least you have a vision for our country.
We do. I want a country now that will build sustainable, resilient economy where people will be free and live in dignity. And I also want to make sure that the rules and regulations, the laws of this country work the way they are, irrespective of personalities. And I want us to create greater accountability for government. This government must be responsible to the people. A lot more. There is a lot that we can do. The focus of policy. We can't continue on the path that we are. Obviously, we're making progress, but we need to speed up that process, and we need to widen the scope of possibilities in our countries, in our country here. I've been very lucky. I've worked for the World Bank in countries that have gone through difficulty. Croatia after the war. The UN, United Nations, through our hero, Kofi Annan, nominated me as part of a team to go to Croatia. Then I was a professor at the university. I took a leave to go and do that. He put a team together to work to rebuild the country because they went through a very terrible civil war. I was there. I was in charge of operations and development of programs. We worked so hard and put that country on a new trajectory. It's now a very strong country.
Oh, wow.
When South Africa was going to have the election, again, he called me that he was sending a delegation to go there, not just to supervise the election, but to prepare. Because as you well know, they had never had any experience to even manage anything because of the apartheid policy. And now we were going to hand over a country to them. We went to work again, training people, helping develop programs that would take the country out of apartheid and integrate it into the world community. We worked very hard. I've had that experience. The experience that I've had, I have been so blessed. And I believe that I can apply some of the experience and the knowledge that I've acquired in the process. My exposure to ECOWAS has become one of the best things that has happened to me. And I think I have a wider scope. There's nothing magical. There's nothing magical. Those countries that develop and those that fail, no, there's no prejudgment. There's nothing in their design. Say we best succeed, we succeed. We have opportunities to succeed. What you put in determines what you get out. And I think I will put in what will bring out the very best in us. Not just at the economic level. Not only at the economic, there's a lot. Sectors. Yes, across all the sectors. Okay. We want to elevate ourselves to the level that God wanted us to be.
Look, I wish we could continue, but we're your first in many interviews, Ebeba. And Yebeshana, Yedi, was your sorry, my sports team to take you over. It's been an exciting time with you. Minimum, so sir, you campaigned passionately for Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In 2012, in 2016, as you rightly said. In 2016, he won power together with his vice president, Dr. Bawumia. 5 years into a more administration, have they met your expectations? Or my idea?
Ekosiise On Asempa FM.
Well, a lot. They did a lot initially. They were moving the economy in the right direction. As I said, that the economic indicators will point to that. COVID abefem ama enema anka na ekoye anim no kra biasa started by echi, such as the microeconomic stability I can ho asemi. On balance, And they are not the only ones COVID affected. We look at across the world, many countries have suffered and there has been setback and we have had our share. But on balance, I think they've done what they can. They've done what they can, and initially, I think we were on the right trajectory. Yeah.
But for COVID. And
COVID is done. Yeah. But underneath the COVID is that we should pay more attention to resilience. The capacity, the structure should be solid. That even if you fall, you can get up and walk away. And that's what we lack. And that's what I want us to pay greater attention to. Yes, all these things, you can't prevent them. Nobody thought there was going to be COVID. The next time, what will come, we don't know. But we should build our economy so solidly, particularly using our private sector to be the engine of growth. So that Asempa Tokra, yes, a bit put you back, but you can get up and walk.
Fantastic.
And that's what we lack in Africa. Not only Ghana, all the African countries, we have weak underlines. And we need to really build what we call the resilience. You fall, you get up and walk.
Super. We'll do this again, Doc. Yadasepa, Nyamishrao. And we wish you all the best. Ekosiisen Suni. It's been an interesting interview with Dr. Kofi Konadu Apreku, and he is with ECOWAS and said Martin Yanana can sem Bibrina. We are hoping to get him back into the studio one more time when the campaign gets into full gear. Now, if you are Ako or a Commissioner Macroeconomic Policy and Economic Research, ECOWAS, former Minister of State and a former Member of Parliament, he's declared his intention to contest for the NPP's internal presidential primaries when the time is due. When the time is due. Ekosiisen Suni. Mididio Saibon so from Yobia Majos. We'll be back tomorrow